Yeah, I love this music. This music's great. This is like the music of my childhood. Let me tell you how I first found out about the game. So this game has been around since before I was born. It's like 20 years old, this game. Nearly 20 years old, yeah. I think it was 1994, so it's 19 years old, I will say. Let me just check the case actually. I don't want to be too stupid. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It's not older than me, it's 1998. Not quite as old as me. Regardless, 15 years old this game is. And my mum used to play it when I was really, really young. This was originally my mum's game. Not this exact copy, but regardless. Yeah, this game, I've watched my mother play it for years before I was even allowed to play it. And then I got to play it. And I was like, wow, I'm playing this every single day of my life. And at the time, the only computer I had in my room was a Windows 95 box. And it was literally a box. It took up the length of my desk, and my desk is huge. But yeah, that was fun. I used to play on it all the time. Absolutely all of my time was spent on this game. Like you would not believe. Yeah. So, I've had this game in my life a long old time. I didn't have it for a while, because we lost the disc, but when I went out shopping with my dad for my birthday last year, which is what we always do, we always go shopping, because he has no clue what to get me. I mean, fair enough, he's a man. We kind of went into my favourite little game shop that's down in my local town. It's all second-hand games and stuff, and it was there for £1. Like the full box. Like, you know when games have giant boxes with all the booklets in and stuff? It was a full box, and I loved it. I love it. It's the one game I've got that's in a box. I did have a Barbie game like that when I was about young. What the hell? Learn to speak, Meg. When I was a lot younger, I had a Barbie game which you could make Barbie clothes with. It was called Barbie Fashion Designer or something. You design the clothes, and you could even send them out to print on your computer, and you could print it onto this fabric that came with it and stuff. This is really not interesting. I'm just gonna eat my ice cream and shut up for a second. So yeah, over here you can see our money. I'm trying to explain this game as much as I can, because probably most of you have never heard of it. So that's going to be fun. Inhabitants. Our tax revenue is what we get from our people, obviously, hence tax. Operating cost is the cost to run every single building in this place. I'll zoom out a bit. Every single house in this, every single thing in this place costs money to run and such. Have I still got... No, I haven't got tools in there. We're going to have to start trading, so I'd like to buy some tools, thank you. And I'd also like to sell a little bit of food, because we've managed to acquire quite a fair bit. We're going to keep... This bar just says you can't buy anything if it's below that mark. So we'll still have a good stock of cloth and food. Should they stop buying from us, basically. Don't shout loud, sisters. Especially not a nickname like Squid. My older sister has... No, she's not older than me. The older of my...
people want a town.
Okay, thank you,
Your
game.
city grows and
Thank you,
thrives.
Game.
A player is expanding his territory.
Thank you, game. The older of my two sisters calls my youngest sister Squidface. It's a nickname she's been terrorised with her whole life. It's a really horrible nickname considering what squid actually means. So yeah, that should be fun. So you just heard my little sister's nickname for my other little sister. In case you're wondering, right now, these are at a settler level and they want a tavern. And to build a tavern, we need bricks. And to get bricks, we need our little quarry, which I've just put in. And we need some stonemasons, which I finally have enough tools for. Here it comes, my favourite tune.
Has been established.
Do 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 do. I do love Green Slaves. It's great fun. Let's get this connected up to the thingy. Do 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 do. Where have all my toes gone? At the early parts of the game, you have to rely on trading to get tools because tools require iron, and you can't get an iron ore until you've got citizens. So it's kind of like unlockable stuff, but at the same time, you have to use it at the beginning of the game as well. So it's like trading. So it's confusing, but you'll get it.
Need a school.
No, they don't need a school. They can be unintelligent. Trust me. I might just want to leave them as settlers my entire life. I'm just waiting for. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna bother with that right now. I think I'm gonna start my plantations very soon. I want to move my plantations over to this side of the place because this side is empty, and so that would be a good idea. If we put our next marketplace. God, my throat. Pardon me. If we put our next marketplace in where I've got it highlighted right now, we've got access to this iron ore from both sides. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And we've got this whole half of the island which is quite bare. No rivers crossing through it too much. I know there is that little one there, but there's a fair amount of space between that and the edge of the island, so that's pretty good. And that will be good for plantations because you do need a lot of liquor. And they're building ships already. My god, you don't get a shipyard in my game until we've got a shipyard. Never mind. I don't bother with that sort of stuff until we've got a second island. I don't find it necessary until you've got a second island, really. So that's kind of fun. And our resources are just going to plummet because they take all our resources when they're expanding. The settlers do. Basically, the inhabitants, to start off with it, they require a bit of cloth, 3 tons of wood, and I think 1 ton of tools to take them from pioneer to what's it called? Pioneer to settler. So yeah. I love this game. This game's great. Seriously, if you can find a copy of this game anywhere, buy it. This is one of the early little city building strategy kind of games, and there's a campaign mode too, which I'm probably going to play on here if all goes well with this series. The last time I tried to record this was back in January, I think, and it literally just would not work. The graphics would just flicker in bright colours, and that was kind of weird. I don't know why it's working now, and it wasn't before, but I guess it does, so that's pretty good. Plantation time. Vines. Vines are great. They're so much better than sugarcane because sugarcane takes an extra processing step, whereas a winery just makes liquor straight off the bat. You see, with sugarcane plantations, you need to get a distillery as well, which is extra working cost, plus it takes longer to make. And so, yeah. The highlighted areas you see around the winery right now is their reach, basically. That's as far as they can go out of their house, the workers, to get to their crops. That's as far as they'll go. So there's no point building any outside of that. I know it's only 5 gold, but still, you might as well. If we start off with this, just do 3 to begin with. I reckon that should be a good amount, actually, because we don't have too many people, which is great. And I've been leaving that little bit gap right there because it's good for putting a path in, which is nice and helpful. And then down there, and we'll have our tobacco over here. Now, tobacco always needs a second processing step. You've got the tobacco plantation, and then you have to put in a tobacco product. It's literally just called a tobacco products, which I think is slightly grammatically incorrect. I don't know. Sounds it. But you need that to make it into smokable tobacco, basically. And I'm going to put 3 of these in as well, because these become very, very important. They're good for trade.
Your city grows and
Ooh,
thrives.
200 people. Is absolutely fantastic for trading, if you have a lot of it. And not only that, the demand for it rises so much when they become like merchants and aristocrats. You'll find yourself running out of resources quickly if you're not careful. So, yeah. Trying to play this like I'm good at it. We'll soon see. I should have put that way, but never mind. There we go. That should be good for now, and then we'll stick our tobacco products in there. You see his reach is that yellow dotted line. He won't be able to go to any tobacco plantations further away than that. So yeah. Looks like these are ready to go. I think we even have enough space for a grain farm, to be quite honest. I reckon we should get a butcher's in and some cattle farms, because I know we've got a fair amount of food right now, but we won't. Trust me, we will not. I've not ever played a game where at least once let me rephrase that. I've never played a game of this where I haven't had a moment where my people are starving. So that's a bit rough. But you'll realise that it's basically a balancing act of with this game. Oh look, we've got liquor coming in now. You can see them all working if I zoom in. Look at the beasts. Picking up all their crops and then going in there. And all that fun stuff. And oh, look, these are ready to go. And you'll see them rushing out there, picking up all their tobacco and fun stuff. I'm going to eat some ice cream. And now that they've got that, we can raise their taxes because they're very happy. They won't expand until they've got these two. So we won't get any citizens just yet, but I'm planning on building these right now. So that's fun. Tavern! And I think I'll put the school there. I think that reaches everybody. Yeah, that reaches everybody. If it doesn't, then I'm very... There's our first citizen! Hello, citizen. You want spices. And for spices, what we need to do is get packed up. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag. And find a place, a nice island with not too many rivers, because you want it kind of like a lot of space for spice plantation. That's not even the right one. You'll find the trees that you're kind of looking for are the more palmy looking ones for spices, and then the more evergreen kind of ones, deciduous kind of trees.
Your people need a doctor.
Oh, they need a doctor. Well, they don't need it right now, but it would be useful to put it in right now before they get the plague. It's basically, oh my god, our money! Buggers. I'm going to close down some things. Close you down. And close you down. And close you down. And close you down. I'm so bad at this game. Sell. A bit of liquor. We don't want to sell it all. Sell it to that sort of stock. We haven't got enough tobacco to start selling it, really. This is a good thing. If you look at their demand for things, it's kind of useful to see what they want. And they'll sell. It looked like yellow wanted liquor. We could definitely give them a bit of liquor. We could definitely give these guys a bit of wood. We could give them some wood. They need liquor as well. So if we pack up our ship with some... We'll put our tools back. And all that back. We'll take a fair amount of wood. And
Your settlement now lodges over 300 inhabitants.
oh, check that out. We'll not do the liquor
Elect
yet.
a bigger place of worship.
Okay. we need to erect something, if you know what I mean. No, I'm just kidding. Let's travel over here. We can't build anything until our money's back up, so it's important that we just kind of get our trading going.